What day is it? Could you please tell me? What day is it? I'm confused, you see. Is it Sunday? No. Is it Monday? No. Is it Tuesday, Bluesday, Betterware, Tuesday? No. Is it Wednesday? No. Is it Thursday? Shut up. Is it Friday, Saturday, Betterware, Saturday? Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot. Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot. Hey, what day is it? Could you please tell me? What day is it? What day is it? I'm confused today. Oh!
Devin, it's me, Mrs. Pigman. I'm worried about Pigman. He got a hold of the gauntlet, and I'm scared of what he'll do with the power. I'm gonna sneak in and see what he's working on in the garage.
Right, Abo. I know what I want. I want a supersized Christmas special. I want a category where I sing. And I want Devin to look good for the ladies. Let's go. I shall tell you of Devin Pike. Historians from Texas will say I'm a liar. But history is written by those who have hung heroes. And now, from the apocalypse, it's his bunker, it's his rules, it's his game show. Your host, Devin Pike.
I was wearing a t-shirt earlier. I don't really know what happened here. That's what I get when I let Pigman do the entire pre-show. Welcome to Universal Remote, the online quiz show production value equal to or greater than that of several primetime news programs, live and direct from Network 23. My name is Devin Pike. Thank you very much for joining our weekly trivial diversion. It is our season finale, so I guess it's good that I am dressed to the nines for this because, got to make a good impression. And let's just get this out of the way now. A humble request for you to support the show. If you've gotten any enjoyment out of our trivial diversion over the past 9 months we've been doing this, we're humbly asking for you to kick a couple of shekels our way with our Universal Remote Patreon. There are levels of support for every single dollar in value, including your opportunity to dictate the channels that we produce for a show. Go forth and pledge at patreon.com/Universal Remote. And of course, we invite each and every one of you newbies to follow us along on all of our social media outlets, as that is how you get the inside skinny on our show. As for the rules, it is incredibly simple for you to play. All you have to do is head over to baconsamurai.tv/URLive, then play along by putting your answers in the chat window. That's over on your right if you're on desktop, or on the bottom if you're on your mobile. And if you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch right now, as you can see right here, I almost caught myself. You can see the answers that everybody else is putting in. You can scream at your screen and say that you knew those answers, or you can head over to baconsamurai.tv/URLive and play along. So the first 3 people who answer each question correctly in the chat window correctly get the points. In the first half, that's 30 for first, 20 for second, and 10 for third. Those point values double as the game goes along. So, pot's right. We are locked in. Let us wheel them around and kick off with round number 1. It is pay attention. It's not all doom scrolling, kiddies. The news can be appreciated for what it is, a complete cluster. Answer these questions about the week that wasn't, and see how many of you are reading the articles and not just blindly smashing like. Here we go. Question number 1. Even the goddess from Themyscira cannot conquer COVID-19 all by herself. Warner Brothers and HBO Max announced WW84, the Wonder Woman sequel, will arrive in both theaters and on streaming on the same day. What date is it? Just doing the thing. Little bed. By the way, HBO Max isn't Disney. They're not going to make you pay extra for Wonder Woman 84 if you watch it on streaming. I don't know how that's going to go. It's going to be very, very odd. Question number 2. Godfather fans have been known to leave the third film off of their lists, much like Trek fans will deny the existence of their 5th film. Coppola is trying to fix that with a reworked version of The Godfather Part 3 in 2 weeks. What is the actual title of this redo? Man, I would give just about anything for William Shatner to take a look at Star Trek V and say, I'm going to do a new cut of that. I don't know if they keep Nichelle Nichols' fan dance in there or not. That's going to be, I want it to happen. I think it would work really well, but, we'll see. Question number 3. We can totally see the newly named burger that this will certainly spawn. The writers of Bob's Burgers, Lily Molyneux-Lodgelin and Wendy Molyneux, have been announced as the screenwriters for what anticipated sequel? And I don't think there's going to be any crossover, but man, if they did, and I'm trying to think, okay. Yeah, I think that might work. All right. I think that might happen. And fourth and final, and pay attention, when Rudy Giuliani had his unfortunate press conference hair dye incident last week, he was busy talking about his favorite law movie, My Cousin Vinny. What director was immediately contacted for a reaction? And yeah, I'm looking for the director of My Cousin Vinny. They did not reach out to Francis Ford Coppola because he would have just looked at Rudy and said, you are not representing New York properly, my man. I wonder if he got his hair dye from Four Seasons Landscaping. Interesting. And kids, that wraps it up for Pay Attention. Let us move on to round number 2, which is Sing Along with Pigman. You wanted it. We've had a lot of comments about Pigman in the last year during the quarantine version of Universal Remote. They can be broken down into 2 different camps. One camp is, will you please tell him to stop haunting my dreams? Sorry, we can't. And the other is, we want more Pigman singing. You sick, twisted bastards. For our season finale, we built a whole category around it. It's your fault that this is happening. So, your job is to name the TV show that Pigman is singing. Then petition America's Got Talent to make him a contestant, but one thing at a time. First off, here we go. Question number 1.
This is it. This is it. Straight ahead and rest assured, you can't be sure at all. So while you're here, enjoy the view. Keep on doing what you do. So hold on tight. We'll muddle through.
All right, so now you get to identify the song that Pigman was singing. Oh God, it's his cadence. His cadence is what makes it so fun. Season 4, I'm pretty sure Pigman's just going to be hosting. I mean, everybody loves Pigman. Hashtag everybody loves Pigman. Here we go. Song number 2.
All the little chicks with their crimson lips go, Cleveland rocks, Cleveland rocks. Living in sin with a safety pin. Going Cleveland rocks, Cleveland rocks, Cleveland rocks, Ohio.
It speaks to my soul, that does. It sincerely, truly does. I know, it's just going to be one of those things that it just makes me incredibly happy. Oh, God. All right. Song number 3. Here we go.
When days go by, there's room for you, room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
Out of all of them, this was the one that I had the most trouble getting. I'm not going to lie. This was the hardest one out of the 4 songs that we have. And I'll tell you, well, no, that's inside school. Nope, not going to do that. Oh, good Lord. Maybe we should have done $100 Patreon, like a one-time donation where you get to go, once quarantine is over, you go to karaoke with Pigman and Mrs. Pigman, whom we got to meet tonight. It's so great meeting her finally. It was wonderful. All right, our final song in Sing Along with Pigman. Let's do it.
There's a new girl in town, 'cause I'm feeling good. Get a smile, get a song for the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town on her own 2 feet, and this girl's here to stay.
It just gives me joy. It really just gives me joy. It makes me incredibly happy. All right, so those are your 4 songs with Sing Along with Pigman. Now, see, on a normal night, that would wrap up round 1, but this is a supersized show. It's our season finale. So we've got one more round for you, and this round is the Bob Clark Network. Look, you can keep your Hallmark Christmas movies. There are only movies. There's only 2 things that make me giddy for the month of December: Die Hard and A Christmas Story. Played on a continual loop in my abode to the point where I'm pretty certain that John McClane is trying to stop Scott Farkus. I think that's what they were going for, from eating Ralphie's turkey. Let's take a look at the other works from the acclaimed director of A Christmas Story. Here we go. Question number 1. Moonrunners, produced by Bob Clark in 1975, is an action comedy about a southern family of bootleggers. 4 years later, this film would be reworked into what long-running CBS TV series? Pigman asked me if the poster would help with this. I said, no. There's nothing from the poster that would identify this TV series. Here we go. Question number 2. Bob Clark produced and directed this other Christmas classic, a slasher that predated Halloween, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. What film does Pigman call fun for the whole family? I'm actually doing a live read of this a little bit later on in the month. It'll be fun. A Christmas classic. My favorite. Great. That's great. I read the wrong question. So Bob Clark wrote, produced, and directed Porky's based on true stories of his youth in Florida. It helped start a brand new genre of teen sex films. It's weird to say out loud. It's also incredibly difficult. And helped spawn Superbad, American Pie, and Zapped. In the film, what was Porky's? You're already answering that in the chat. So I will now move on to question 3, because that was my screw up. It is Bob Clark's production and direction of this Christmas classic, which Pigman calls fun for the whole family. That's question 3. Criminy. I hate myself. To those of you who are watching for the first time, this is the 2020 Best in Show, Best Game Show, as voted by the Dallas Observer. Don't play the thing again. Don't play the thing again. We already saw it once. We don't need to see it again. Question number 4. Bob Clark also dabbled in TV. He wrote and directed the adaptation of this Judy Blume book series in the mid-90s. And for anyone who wasn't a 90s kid, the first book in the series was Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. What was the name of the series? It's like the quiz show version of testicular torsion. You know, you kind of get them twisted around a little bit. You don't have to do a full operation, though. It works a lot easier this way. Best in the world, Pigman. Best in the world. You didn't see anybody from the Denver or Austin or St. Louis papers voting best game show. No, I'm saying best in the world until somebody proves otherwise. And kids, with the end of round 3, that means that it is snack time. On a normal night during snack time, we would have a guest that we would interview. We would bring them in for a live Skype call. We would try to record a Skype call. We would try to bring them into the show. We can't do that this week, mostly because everybody was unavailable earlier in the week. We did try to pull a guest out of our hat. I will tell you that it was related to a certain series that debuted this week on Hulu. However, I will say that that interview is going to be happening later on in the week. So if you want to see that interview, you can watch it on Who Needs Sleep, which is happening on December 5th and 6th from 8 a.m. on Saturday, September 5th to 8 p.m. on Sunday, December 6th. I think I just screwed up the dates on that, and I'm sure that I did, and I'll find out from the chat sooner or later. Anyway, 36 hours to raise money for 2 incredibly great charities, Cancer Support Communities of North Texas and the Cook Children's Fort Worth Lymphoma and Blastoma Awards. We are already raising funds. If you go to whoneedsleep.org, you can go ahead and make a donation. You can also take a look at the 2020 merch, which is incredible. Scott McCall did a phenomenal job in putting the logo for it together, and we're actually looking at including a version of that logo in all of our stuff going forward, along with the permanent Who Needs Sleep logo. We're broadcasting live from the Music City Mall in Louisville, and again, we have a lot of great interviews. We have the PA Summit with Jeff Kay from the Cowboys and Stars, Sean Heath from the Dallas Mavericks, Chuck Morgan, the Hall of Fame, or at least his microphone is in the Hall of Fame. He'll be in the Hall of Fame later. But Chuck Morgan will be joining us along with America's Sweetheart. I pretend that I'm America's Sweetheart, but Groobs is America's Sweetheart. Michael Gruber is joining us in this phenomenal conversation. We're calling it the PA Summit. And yeah, you can also see interviews with, Rob Paulson from Animaniacs. He will be there. I say he's from Animaniacs. He's also from 18,000 other amazing shows. Rick and Morty, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, all these phenomenal shows. He is going to be spending some time with us. Troy Duffy from Boondock Saints is going to be joining us. We're working on a lot of other guests that we're going to sew up in the last hour or so before the telethon starts. I almost said tournament. It's not a tournament. And there's also some late night shenanigans as well, not to be missed. So that's December 5th and 6th from 8 a.m. December 5th through 8 p.m. December 6th. We looked at 24 hours when we first started doing it and said, nah, 24 is passe. 36, that will test our mettle. And it does. Who needs sleep.org gives you all the details that you need. Okay, so with that in mind, this is, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, and we thought this was a good time for us to take a break. We were going to take a longer break between seasons 2 and 3. We call them seasons 2 and 3. And then the Observer Award came up, so we said, all right, let's go back in, but we do have to retool some things. I'm being told that the video is a little bit choppy coming out of the stream tonight, so we're hoping to get that resolved and all of our ducks in a row. And I mean, if the Observer thinks that we were the best game show in 2020, we're going to come back and win it again next year because we're going to knock your socks off. We're looking at doing some really wonderful things with the show, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I don't know if they haven't told me in the Slack channel if the scores are up yet. So I have to vamp because it takes tabulation and it takes work. And I have a great crew working. And as we go to the final break, I will be sure to let you know who they all are because they're all amazing and I love them dearly. And if you want to show your love to them, please go ahead and hit our Patreon. Once again, it's patreon.com/universal remote. The money just goes back to them and it goes to hopefully get a better streaming service because we've had some problems. So it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, we have our scores for the first round and let's take a look. There are no ties. In third place, 145 points is John Gamero. Nicely done. Hillary is in second place with 180, and you guys have to put your brain cells together and beat him because he's beating you with half of his heart tied behind his back. Roy Buckingham, last week's champion, is leading going into the break with 340 points. But I'm going to say this again. I say it every single week. Don't mean nothing. None of those points matter because we get to go through double scoring starting with round 4. Oh, answers. I get to give you the answers. Let's see. December 25th of Christmas is when you can not only go to the theaters to see WW84, you can also see it on HBO Max. Mario Puzo's The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone is the title of the Francis Ford Coppola recut of The Godfather Part 3. And you had to have both Coda and Death of Michael Corleone in your answer for it to have counted. And I gave you the answer. If you subscribe to the Universal Remote social channels, we give you one of the answers. We just give it to you. We want you to have it. Take it. Take it. Yeah. Deadpool 3 is being written by the folks who give us Bob's Burgers each and every week, and Rudy Giuliani's favorite movie, My Cousin Vinny, was directed by the same person who directed Clue, the amazing Jonathan Lynn. The 4 theme songs that Pigman sang to you, ever so lovingly, were One Day at a Time, The Drew Carey Show, Family Matters, and Alice. I don't know why, but Family Matters just never sunk in. It never sunk into the head. Bob Clark wrote and directed Moonrunners, which was adapted for a TV show 4 years later for The Dukes of Hazzard. Porky's was a strip club. Black Christmas was the film. The man who wrote and directed Black Christmas is the man who directed A Christmas Story. There's nothing horrible about that whatsoever. And the book series from Judy Blume was named Fudge. Let's go ahead and hit it into round number 4 at the start of the second half. It is Gremlins. Look, everyone knows the rules and care of keeping a mogwai. Don't get them wet. Don't talk about Fight Club. Profit. Those may not all be correct. Anyway, help me answer these questions about this movie that will be the next argument on what makes or doesn't make a classic Christmas film. Here we go. Question number 1. The movie focuses on Billy and his dog Barney, along with his dad Randall and his mom Lynn. But what is the family's last name? What is Billy's last name? We assume Barney has the same name as the family. Kieran and Booter's last name is Pike, says so on their birth certificates. I made sure of that. Their middle names are good too. Very, very fun. Question number 2. Big Dick Miller. Universal Remote loves Big Dick. Dick Miller and Jackie Joseph play Billy's neighbors, Sheila and Murray Futterman. The great Mr. Miller has done over 160 films, mainly directed by what film legend? Big Dick Miller. Love Dick Miller. God. If you get a chance, watch the documentary, Who is Dick Miller? Phenomenal, phenomenal documentary. God, what a great human being. And just like, boom, professional actor. So good. Boy, he's got some stories. He's got some really big stories. All right. Question number 3. Papa Peltzer was played by singer, songwriter, and actor Hoyt Axton. He also hosted the Hoyt Axton Country Western Boogie Woogie Gospel Rock and Roll Show. And I swear to you, if I ever get a variety show, it will be called the Devin Pike Country and Western Boogie Woogie Gospel Rock and Roll Puppet Show. Now, please, this is a bonus. Identify this song from Hoyt Axton as performed by Pigman.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. And he always had some mighty fine wine.
All right, there you go. There is it's your bonus track from Pigman. Give you a little bit extra. It's the supersized holiday special. Everything is bigger. Even Big Dick Miller. And finally, the Feldmeister, Feldomatic, Corey freaking Feldman. He was everywhere in the 80s, including in Gremlins. We normally ask, what the fuck is he wearing these days? But really, what the fuck is he dressed as in Gremlins? WTF. Big Dick Miller. I'm just gonna keep doing it. It's fun. And that, of course, wraps it up for round 4. Let us head straight into round 5. I think we learned something this Christmas. All the best TV shows had special Christmas episodes, and most of the inferior ones did as well. Name the TV show that spawned these Christmas special clues. Question number 1. Sam and Dean hunt down the anti-Santa who is crawling down chimneys and kidnapping victims. Sam can't accept that this will be the last Christmas he'll spend with his brother. Just can't. Too much. Too much. Question number 2. Fry discovers that Santa Claus is now an 8-foot-tall robot who menaces people on Christmas Eve in the year 3000. That's not a clue. I just love doing it. If that were a clue, the answer would be Conan O'Brien, but that's not the answer. In the year 3000. Throat surgery. Question number 3. Tracy cannot participate in the staff's annual Luda Christmas special, while Liz's parents, played by Buck Henry and Anita Gillette, and her brother, played by Andy Richter, come to gloat over her. Gloat. They come to gloat. She sells Zeitgeist with bright might. The monarch's tongue twister that he uses to enunciate properly. She flies Zeitgeist with bright might. I've watched way too much Venture Brothers in the last couple of months. And our 4th and final question in the Christmas special category. Huey is writing his school's annual Christmas play, retitled the Adventures of Black Jesus. Meanwhile, Riley plays a visit to Santa. Pays a visit, not plays a visit. Pays a visit. Although he is a plan. He is a player. It's true. All right, that wraps it up for round number 5. We go directly into round number 6, our final category of the evening. It is Shane Black Action Claws. Whole lot of gunfire, massive explosions, a team up, and Christmas. It's got to be writer and director Shane Black. And if you Michael Bay, please steer yourself out the door. Just go. Just go. I'm talking about Michael Bay tonight. I'm going to name a movie from Shane's Overviewer, and you're going to name the actors of the mashup, or the team up. Not a mashup, it's a team up. For example, if I said Lethal Weapon, your answer would be Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. There we go. Question number 1. The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys. He's all zeitgeist with bright, nice guys. It's going to make you insane. Made me insane. He is the Bruce Vilanch of Universal Remote. Oh, I almost made a joke. I almost made a really bad joke. Question number 2, The Last Boy Scout. Pigman's gonna kill me, but I still haven't watched The Last Boy Scout this year for Christmas. Or last year. I needed a new copy of it. It wound up not going with me in the divorce. Question number 3, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Personally, for my money, past Predator, because fucking Predator. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, phenomenal film. If you're not familiar with it, you damn well should be. My favorite of all the Shane Black films, outside of course, Predator. And our 4th and final question of the evening, The Long Kiss Goodnight. Long Kiss Goodnight's up there. Extremely. Everyone forgets that Shane Black did that. That was his weird period where he wasn't really working, but still was working. Just people didn't know it. People remember that it was Rennie Harlan. They don't remember that it was Shane Black. It was Rennie Harlan. Was it Rennie Harlan? Pretty sure it was. Something to look up. All right, pencils down. That's it. We're done. We're done. We're done with the holiday special. We're done with the season finale. All that remains to be done is to tabulate the scores and figure out who our final winner is for the year 2020. Before I read you the answers, I do want to thank the machine that makes Universal Remote go. It's not just me. I mean, obviously, I'm just one of those guys. Pigman and Mrs. Pigman, they do so much work behind the scenes. They help write the show. Mrs. Pigman usually videotapes Pigman during the bits that we do. She also helps troubleshoot stuff. And tonight, as a matter of fact, she helped us troubleshoot stuff by saying, have you tried turning it off and on again? Thanks, Mrs. Pigman. Phenomenal. Zach Schroeder stepped in for season 3 to do the production of it. So I don't have to worry about pressing buttons during the show. Zach takes care of all of it. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, he's even kicked in shekels to make sure that we had the right batch of software to make this happen. So thank you, Zach. And the final 2 people that I need to thank take turns as to what they wind up doing. It's Leslie Hurst and Greg Woodson. They will take turns either putting questions into chat or keeping score throughout the entire show. And Leslie's actually come in from her lake house to do this on occasion. Woody will go off and do a bikini model shoot somewhere, towel them off, grab his laptop, and then do scoring for us, which tells you that he's not paying attention to the bikini models at all when he's doing this. So to each and every one of you guys, I can't thank you enough. It is incredibly fun. I love doing this. I've always loved doing the show. And the fact that we have a family putting it together each and every week, I can't thank you guys enough. It's an immense blast doing it. And I will tell you that we will be back in 2021. Probably the second week. We're not nailing down the week because there's stuff we've got to hammer out under the hood. So once again, make sure that you follow us on the various social media networks, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. All of them are Uni Remote Game. And we barely do anything with Instagram. Maybe we should. I don't know. One of those things. So here are your answers for all of that. Round 4. For Gremlins, Billy, Barney, Randall, and Lynn were the Peltzers, which I gave you actually in question 3. Big Dick Miller has done a hell of a lot of work with the great Roger Corman, the B-movie god. Love Roger Corman. Pigman sang you the theme song from Hoyt Axton, which was Joy to the World, and Corey Feldman was dressed as a tree, which may or may not be more believable than when he dresses as Michael Jackson. On the Christmas specials, obviously, we couldn't go through this week without a nod to Supernatural. After 89 seasons, wrapping it up this last week, and everybody was crying their eyes out. I was not one of them. Futurama was where Fry discovered that Santa Claus is now an 8-foot-tall robot that menaces everybody. The annual Luda Christmas party takes place at 30 Rock, and if it's Huey and Riley, it damn well should be the Boondocks. For Shane Black Action Claus, the Nice Guys team up was Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. The Last Boy Scout was Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. And The Long Kiss Goodnight was Gina Davis and the MFer himself, Samuel L. Jackson. We have no ties for tonight, so let me hit the scoring tab and see what we got to see. All right, so third place, 470 points. She's on the podium. She didn't get kicked off. It is Hillary Block. Hillary, congratulations. Here's your bronze. John Gamera, who's won a lot of stuff this year, comes in with 515 points. And once again, the chest vagina himself, Roy Buckingham. I won't say your alter ego because you know I hate clowns. Wins again with 890 points. Now, in season 2, we started tabulating the scores, and we kind of dropped that off because one person was dominating it. So we stopped telling you what the leaderboard was. Well, guess what? We kept tabulating the scores from season 2 and season 3 together, which makes a total of 20 episodes total. And across those 20 episodes, we have those totals too. No ties there either. So, you want me to tell you? Before I tell you, I do want to make sure that you guys do one thing for me. Do me one favor. Stay home this Thanksgiving. Don't go to grandma's house. Don't go out of town. Stay home. Stay in your pod. Thanksgiving and Christmas, please stay healthy. I can't say it plainly enough. Wear a damn mask. Stop the spread of this stuff so we can actually do some live Universal Remote episodes in 2021 after everybody gets vaccinated. All right? Third place, with a cumulative total over 20 episodes of 2,545 points, Ken Goach. Good job, Ken. Your bronze medalist for seasons 2 and 3. And first and second were close, separated by 135 points across 20 episodes. And they didn't all play in all of them, and they still came out this way. Second place, 3,700 points. Roy Buckingham in second place. Even after open heart surgery, he comes back from the back of the pack and takes the silver medal. So, your gold medalist for 2020 with a 2-season total of 3,835 points, John Gamero. John, you are the smartest person on the internet. You can take that all the way through to the new year. On behalf of everybody here, every single person involved in Universal Remote, every single person who watched, every single person who voted for us in the Dallas Observer, whoever the hell that was, if you're watching from any place around the globe, we thank you. We are incredibly grateful. We want to see you back again in 2021. Once again, make sure you follow us on all our social channels so you can find out when we make our triumphant return for Universal Remote, for Woody, for Leslie, for Mrs. Pigman, for Mr. Pigman. Call him Mr. Pigman. For Zach, Twistin' and Tweakin', my name is Devin Pike. Thank you very much. We will see you again next year for another episode of Universal Remote. Have a great night, guys.
Oh, and I want all our Patreons to get extra sprinkles for 2021. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair. But it's you I like. The way you are right now. The way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you. Not your toys. They're just beside you. But it's you I like. Every part of you. Your skin. Your eyes. Your feelings. Whether old or new, I hope that you'll remember. Even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like. It's you yourself. It's you. It's you I like. It's you. It's you I like.